Sasa wana wewe unajifanya umedandia. The real director alikuwa stand up. Sasa the fake one bonoko wa nyuma. We are about to throw down some Mbuzi ribs, goat ribs. You might try to Google this, it's probably lamb ribs. And here's the thing, you can whip this up even when you're in shags. All you gotta do is master how to make a brine. Remember, we're in the Yummy Kitchen for season 2 of Kenyan Christmas Throwdowns, and if you have not picked up a Yummy magazine, make sure to do that. So what do we need for ingredients? We need water, we need black peppercorns, we need salt, we need ginger, garlic, and rosemary. Also some thyme as well. Now that we have all our ingredients laid out, we're just gonna start things off by pouring in 2.5 cups of water into here. We're probably gonna be adding in some more as we go along. And then we're gonna be putting in about 2 tablespoons of salt. We're gonna start with 1.5. Make sure we dissolve it. The amount of salt you put into your brine will determine how salty your meal will turn out, and also the quantity of the meat as well. So because we don't really have like such a huge rack, we're not gonna go too crazy with the salts, mainly because it's gonna make the meat too salty. And also how long you brine your meat really affects it as well. That's why a brine is very effective in 3 to 4 hours or even overnight. Sometimes 48 hours might be killing the vibe. Okay, we're just gonna taste this. I'm gonna add in a little bit of water. I'm gonna add in another cup. I'm gonna be using a spoon this time around. I'm gonna add 1 more cup. So we're gonna do 4 cups of water. We're gonna take our ginger, just smash it a little bit. Throw that in there. We're gonna do the same thing to the garlic. This helps with releasing the flavors that's inside. And then we're gonna take our thyme. Just gonna roll it to release its aromas and twist it as well. We're gonna do the same thing for the rosemary. Now when you twist the thyme or the rosemary, the real flavor is usually in the stem. I wanna say that? Yeah, in the stem. So that's why we usually do that. You can put as many sprigs as you want. There's nothing like too much rosemary, too much thyme, too much ginger, too much garlic. There's never too much of that. Another good thing about the ginger is that it's gonna help soften the meat as well. We're gonna add in about a tablespoon of our black peppercorns. If you're looking for a little bit of heat, you can smash some of them to release their flavor. And these are all ingredients we all have at home. Now we're gonna be taking our ribs and submerge it into here like so. Of course we would have used a bigger bowl, however for shooting purposes, this is what we have. We're gonna cover this with cling film, and then we're gonna place it into the fridge for about overnight or even 4 hours, and by that time the flavor will definitely be in your bones, in your meat, and you definitely want to be turning it around, especially since this bowl doesn't fit the ribs. However, that's pretty much it. That's all it takes to make an amazing simple brine. Now we've taken out our mbuzi from the fridge, we brought it to room temperature. We're just gonna take off the cling film and we're gonna take it out of this brine. We're just gonna take off all the black peppercorns because if we cook them, they're gonna become bitter onto the food. And then we're gonna pat it down dry. We're gonna be taking our oil, making sure to just rub it down. Depending on how long you marinated or brined your meat for, you can go ahead and sprinkle some salt and some black pepper as well. But this is all dependent on how you did it, how long you did it. If it was 1 hour, 2 hours, or if you just want it with extra salt, that's gonna be all up to you. So we've just rubbed it down with just about a tablespoon of oil, and now we're just gonna place it into the oven. Our oven is extremely hot. And that is a lovely sound to hear. We've placed a baking tray at the bottom with some foil in order for any excess oils or moisture to just drip onto that and not to burn down the oven, of course. And we're gonna be cooking that for about 25 minutes before we flip it over and everything like that. If you're looking for all the descriptions of the ingredients, the timings, they're all in the description box below. It's been about 25 minutes. We're just gonna make sure to check on our mbuzi and take it out. Now at this point, I would love to apply some teriyaki onto it. And this is just because I want the teriyaki flavor. However, if you're not keen on this, you don't have to do this. We're ensuring to cover every nook and cranny with the teriyaki sauce because this is of course gonna bring in flavor. And once it's well coated, we're just gonna put it back into the oven. It's been an hour and some change. It's time for us to take out our mbuzi from the oven, one of my favorite parts. Now the flavor profile to this is simply amazing, mainly because we brined it. Now, speaking of brines, we added some thyme in there, and did you actually know that the ancient Greek used to use thyme as a source of courage? Yeah, some things that you just find on the internet. Now, most people love to serve their nyama with some ugali on the side, some potatoes, or just plain with some salt. A lot of people don't add lemons. I usually do. I like the flavor it adds, and some chilies on the side. If you have kids or if you have people who don't like chili, you can completely skip on that and serve it with your favorite sides. Another thing is, dependent on your brine or dependent on the cooking method that you choose, whether it being it on a normal grill or just in the oven, you can always add in more moisture by wrapping it in foil. The foil definitely traps in the moisture to keep it soft and to help it cook on the inside as well. We also basted it with more teriyaki sauce throughout the cook time in order to add more color and to add more flavor as well. But as for me and the gang who's here, we're about to chow down on this nyama choma with just some salt, some chili, and some lemon on the side. Again, serve it up with whatever it is that you prefer. It was super simple to whip up. Brine, super simple as well. For those of you who need much more instructions or directions, they're all in the description box below. Make sure that bell is turned on. If not, wewe tundona sleki. Until the next episode, I can't wait to whip up for you something delicious. Let me know what you would serve your nyama choma with because I'm super curious.